Hoop Dreams, the podcast, an Unlearning Network production.
All right, Agee, man. We back after another weekend of crazy March madness. Man, we started with 68 teams, and now we are down to only 4. And it's time for the Hoop Dreams podcast, Final Four preview, and that means it's time for you to make your pick and score big on all games this weekend with MyBookie. Whether you're betting on the Final Four or the national championship winner, or simply looking for player and game props, MyBookie has you covered. Sign up today with MyBookie and use promo code HoopDreams, that's all caps, one word, when you make your first deposit. Remember, bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie and use promo code HoopDreams, all caps, one word, at mybookie.ag when you open an account.
And check out Hoop Dreams, the podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe, like, and follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at OG Hoop Dreams. Let's do this, Will.
All right, man, here we are. Final Four starts this Saturday, AG. Man, this has probably been one of the craziest tournaments. A lot of upsets, some close games, a few overtime wins, and of course, bracket busters from the very beginning. The reality is, man, my bracket was busted on the first day. So, I mean, none of my teams are even in the Final Four. So, game one, on one side of the bracket, we got number 2 Duke with Coach K. Will this be his final run? Will it get him all the way to the championship? Only time will tell. I know a lot of people had Gonzaga in their brackets, but the truth is, they singing that same song. They got to wait till next year. Then we got Duke. Had 2 games, tough games against Texas, Arkansas. I should say Texas Tech, and against Arkansas, they won 78-73 over Texas Tech, and then 78-69 over the Razorback. I didn't pick either of those teams, by the way, but you had Duke, AG. What was your thought over the weekend, man, on those games?
Oh, everything worked out, man, where it's supposed to have. I'm coining this phrase as the Blue Blood 4. When you hear that, you know it came from me. The Blue Blood 4.
Blue Blood 4. All right.
4. Yes. Yeah, man, them Duke boys peaking at the right time, man. You see what they doing. I figured they was going to look at Coach and like, Coach, we're going to send you out right, man, since we, lay the egg at the Ding Dome.
So do you think this is the fairy tale ending for Coach K?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
They done scripted this. This is a revenge game.
Revenge? Revenge for what? They got busted
when North Carolina beat Duke at the crib.
So how is this revenge?
Because that shit really don't count. This here counts. This here counts where the whole world will be watching. This here counts to where you go home or y'all stay and watch us play in the final chip game.
So let me ask you this question. You don't think on some level that Duke got a little special favor over the course of this weekend? With maybe some extra calls here, some extra calls there. I mean, the way that Texas Tech was playing, the way that Arkansas was playing, I kind of thought that if Tech didn't get them, I definitely thought that the Razorbacks was going to get them, man. You don't think that on some level, maybe Coach K and, as you call him, one of the Blue Blood 4s is getting a little extra favor?
Well, if he did, he earned it, shit.
How can you earn it? You got to earn it every game.
He earning it just by who he is, what name on the school and what they built, all of that.
Man,
Texas Tech was cool, that. But they weren't finna beat Duke. Like they missed timely shots. Timely turnovers came and happened. Same thing with the Razorbacks. I thought they would have played way better.
Scrap that, man. Scrap that. I'm moving on. Cause you're gonna stay where you at. I'm gonna move on. Coming up out of the East, man, we got number 8 North Carolina. Hubert Davis doing this thing. Them boys, man, they playing some of the best solid basketball in this tournament that I've seen in a long time. My question for you, AG, Do you have them, or did you have them going this far?
Hell no.
What?
Hell to the no. Didn't have North Carolina doing nothing.
Come on, man. Carolina started off slow in the year. I give you that. But mid-season, man, them dudes picked it up. And like I say, they were just kind of kept under the radar all year long after that, man. But they played strong, finished strong. And literally, if you don't count the Florida State loss that happened to them in the tournament, they win that tournament. So, and of course, I did have my Warriors, my Golden Eagles, my Marquette team beating North Carolina. But when North Carolina beat them, I rolled with that Carolina pride all the way out. So I think I saw them going this far after they only knocked out my dudes. So I'm going to keep it there. But They did beat some great teams. They knocked out the number 1 seed Baylor, got past UCLA, and then, of course, they beat your team because I saw you posting all this on Instagram like you done discovered the world's best team, the Red Hot Peacocks,
Hey, man,
with a lot of people, including Mr. Agee himself.
All I say is they must have watched Hoop Dreams and saw that monster team and saw themselves. That's all I thought. Like, that's what they thought. That's what I thought.
And then you putting all that picture up. I said, look at this dude here putting stuff all up on Instagram, social media sites. Like, man, this goes out to all the people, don't get caught up in rankings. I said, just dismiss everybody who worked hard. So all the guys that did earn their rankings, they should feel like what? It don't count. It don't matter.
Oh no! When if they run up against the St. Peter's Peacocks, they better have their ass ready, or they gonna be going home.
Well, let me tell you what happened to them Peacocks. Them Peacocks ran against them ranked dudes, and them ranked dudes said, "This is how we play on this next level." So them Peacocks.
Oh, no. See, all it was, they was missing shots. They ran out of they rhythm of hitting those shots that they was making in the previous games. They didn't hit none of those shots, bro. They was dead to the bone.
So you saying that had nothing to do with North Carolina's defense?
Had nothing to do with their defense.
And then
nothing to do with their defense.
They had no answer for the big dude inside.
I guarantee you, and I put $50,000 on the game. If they play them again, St. Peter's will beat them.
St. Peter's in North Carolina, can y'all please skip the Final Four and go and I'm sorry, St. Peter's ain't in the Final Four. Look at that.
I bet you Shaheem Holloway, the coach, would say, if we play them again, I guarantee you we'll beat them.
First of all, Shaheem is saying, peace. See y'all later. Seton Hall is calling. That's what he's saying right now. He did his job. He did what he was supposed to do, got his team as far as he can go. The reality is, man, it still was a Cinderella season. I know a lot of people saying, no, it ain't a Cinderella. They were a Cinderella team. From
North Carolina?
No, the Peacocks. They were a Cinderella team from A.
No, they said they themselves said that they wasn't a Cinderella team. Like they had confidence, knew they could beat people. The media has called them that.
They supposed to say that. But at the end of the day, that's what they are. They were a 15 seed. And truthfully, we ain't going to hear from the Peacocks next year. Won't hear from the Peacocks.
15 seed made it all the way to the Elite Eight. First.
And guess what? There's always one team who kind of sneak in, get into the Sweet 16, Final 8. You ain't going to hear from them dudes anymore. You need that for the tournament. It makes great basketball. But just so you know this, they are actually calling it the Blue Bloods for the Final Four. They're already calling it that. Because you know why? They got 4 real teams in there playing basketball. That's right. You heard from me.
My coin phrase is not like theirs, like the media's. It's not like the media's. Take out the final. The Blue Blood 4.
Let me ask you this, man. We got this classic ACC battle. First time Duke and North Carolina in teams' history will meet in a March Madness tournament, and this one just happened to be the Final Four. My question for you is, can Coach K keep this thing going? If so, what is it going to take for them to beat North Carolina?
Man, this game is just going to come down to it's one of them Ali Frazier type games, bro. It ain't no strategy or none of that. They done played each other 4 or 5 times, 6 times already throughout the year, man. This one of them backyard brawls with your brother. You go out there with your vice grips on, with your, you got your knuckle rings on, because
Right.
your mouth and chin finna get the bleed. Somebody gonna be hurt after this. Like really, truly hurt after this. And somebody else gonna move on. It's gonna be one of them games, man.
But I need some clear cut. What is it going to take for them to win, though? You didn't give me that yet.
What you mean, take?
Somebody got to score for them. Somebody got to guard somebody.
Who else been scoring for him? What you mean? Duke only got like a 6-7 man rotation. Then he don't go that deep. Your boy Hubert Davis, he don't even go that deep.
Well, I'm just asking you about these Duke boys. Since you're pulling for them, I'm pulling for Carolina. But I will say this about Duke.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be
Jeremy Roach
a revenge. It gonna be some smack talking, because these boys spanked them in their house, man. It ain't finna be out there on no motherfucking sportsman like, hey, how you doing? We finna, hey, great.
When is
congratulations
Carolina
making
and
it to
Duke?
the game.
They've never been that way. When has Carolina and Duke ever been that way?
These
All
dudes
I'm saying
is finna go off.
for Duke to win this game, the guys that need to step up, Jeremy Roach got to continue to have the game that he has. They need the big fella, Mark. He got to do what he's going to do, and Paolo got to. I need more than 15 points, 17 points out of him. I think he has to do a lot more than what he's been doing. If he starts slow,
Panchero?
Yes, it's going to be a long night for them.
Panchero coming to play, man. You ain't even got to worry about him. The game and how the flow of the game is going to dictate how these players play in their individual game sets of hitting shots, making plays for their teammates, and all of that. I'm telling you, this is going to be a regular game.
But here's what's crazy. You acting like Carolina ain't got them dudes. They got them dudes.
No,
Man,
Carolina got some dudes.
No, they got
like
dudes.
3-4 dudes. That's it, really. 3-4 dudes.
How many do you need? How many do you need?
Well, if 3 of them foul out or get in foul trouble, you got to bring in 3 more wheels. So you got to have a bench.
As long as Manic give you what he need, back cop, I think they still gonna have an issue with him. And that dude, Khalid Love, man, the way he's been playing in this tournament, if they continue to go, that dude literally could end up being the most outstanding player for the Final Four.
I don't know, UNC, I don't know where they get these athletes from, man. Like, because most of these dudes, I don't know. If they ain't on that, if they not being pumped in the McDonald's game or the Nike iBills or the Nike iBill circuit or nothing like that, I don't really know these dudes. So Caleb Love, I know he athletic and all that, but man, they got a dude standing over there for Duke, like ready, waiting on that. What you gonna do? The point guard situation?
I hear what you're saying. So who's your pick? Who you got?
I'm riding with Duke in this game. It's Duke and Kansas, bro. For the ship.
Hear that?
But Duke gonna win this game.
Agee going with Duke. We'll see if he put some money on.
I want Mike to go out riding on the horse, man. He did too much for the game of basketball to lead a game in the final.
Mike is going out riding on a horse. You talking about Mike Jordan, right?
Mike Krzyzewski, the Duke coach, will ride out on college basketball with the net and the championship trophy of his last year. Like, look at me. Look at me. See, this is what you're supposed to do, Tom Izzo. This is what you're supposed to do, Mark Few. This is what you're supposed to do. He's going to be showing all his contemporaries, all his guys, how you supposed to ride out.
Before we move on to game 2, I'll give you this. I think Duke has a little motivation for Coach K to play. But listen, here's the thing, man. That only goes so far. Because at the same time, you gotta produce. If you don't produce, it means absolutely nothing. You can have all the motivation you want, but if you don't have, if they're not making shots, just like you said earlier about North Carolina, like you said about the Peacocks, you said they weren't making shots. The same thing for Duke. If they're not making shots, it's gonna be a long night. And I'm still gonna say this: if Banchero is not starting hot early, and Carolina gets up big, it's going to be a dogfight for him in the second half.
Well,
That's how it is.
I'm predicting Duke will hit more threes than North Carolina.
They will definitely take more volume shots. But let's move on, man. The other side of the bracket, got the remaining number 1 seed, Kansas. They've actually had some tough games, a close win over Creighton by 7, a 5-point win over Providence. And then I didn't see this coming, man. They crushed Miami. I actually thought Miami was going to give them a tougher game than that. And I don't think anybody was expecting that lopsided game. Did you see that coming, Agee? I mean, that Miami-Kansas game just kind of threw me off.
Miami wasn't making the shots that they was making in the first 2 games. Like, how all of a sudden you guys just going to go cold like this, man? Like, I mean, every shot was like, just off, like way off.
Did you not see what Kansas did to them? First of all,
man, I know Kansas played defense, but come on, man.
No. This was greater than Kansas wore them out physically. Kansas said, y'all not in shape to play with us. Kansas ran them dudes up and down the floor so fast. If they scored, Kansas was getting layups on the other end. Miami just wasn't ready for that level of basketball.
I know Kansas run and they kind of play a similar style of that. It's not helter skelter or the 40 minutes of hell shit. Like we want to press you up and get you sped up and stuff like that. They kind of play it, but they do it in like little waves. So they do it in waves. Like, I mean, like you're right. I think that's what it was. They out physical them. And then when it was time to come to shoot, because they out physical them, they didn't have the legs and just the stamina to make them type of shots that they was making. I'm looking at Charlie Moore on one. I think I saw his leg buckle when they was just inbounding the ball.
Here's the other thing. They were too small. They weren't big enough to play against Kansas. They had a great run at the very beginning of the game.
Oh,
yeah. They was playing more emotionally, man, and the game is not you can't play emotionally driven for 40 minutes. You gotta have some balance in your game. And the thing was, defensively, Miami just could not slow them down. And if you can't play both ends of the floor, man, you're not gonna win on the college basketball level. It's that simple. And I think that's what happened with your Peacocks. Your Peacocks couldn't defensively guard the North Carolina Cats. Because I believe this in any of these games, man. It always comes down to matchup, not necessarily the seedings. It's the matchup. I think the Peacocks, the teams that they were playing against, they were better suited in those matchups. And that's why I think in this game, because on the other side of the bracket, you got Villanova going against Kansas, which Villanova beat up on Juwan and those boys over there in Michigan, man, which I actually thought that they had a legitimate shot to win that game. But defensively, and I'm going to say this about the Michigan game, they missed so many layups. Now, if you can't put layups in, that's going to kill you. And let alone, we're not even talking about hitting jump shots, but you gotta hit your layups and you gotta make your free throws. If they do that, I actually think that Michigan wins the game. But I seriously thought that they probably missed close to 35 to 40% of their layup attempts. That's how bad it had gotten at one point. But here we are, man. We got Villanova going against Kansas over here on the other side of the bracket. Who you got?
I like Villanova, man, but I'm tired of seeing their ass.
Here's the thing, though. You know that dude, he tore his ACL.
Man, I ain't worried about that dude. Jay Wright, like, hey, the next man up, let's ride.
Yeah, next man up for next year. But this your best player. How do you replace them points he giving you?
Hey, Gillespie, you're going to have to take a little bit more shots. The other boy going to have to take a little bit more shots. Like, there's always a contingency plan.
You can't have a contingency plan for a player that is known to be a basketball killer. Gillespie is going to still give you what he is. He's a floor general. That's his job. That's what he does. He hit open jump shots. He pushed the ball up the floor. He's a great on-ball defender. That's what he does. I expect him to do that. But they're going to miss,
Villanova roll off their big boys anyway.
Well, Dixon got to give them some buckets. When you're missing Justin Moore, they in some trouble. That's all I'm going to say. I think Kansas, man, actually runs away with this game. I think Villanova will try to keep it close in the beginning, but I think Kansas will be too big, too fast, too strong for them.
Yeah, I don't want Kansas to beat them. I don't want them to blow them out now. I want Villanova to come to play. I want something. It got to be an unsung hero to step up to the plate for Villanova to even make it a battle. Like, I'm talking about down 5 with 3 minutes left.
They may have a guy that come in and give them
somebody
some life.
But at the Villanova gonna need that guy.
But at the end of the day, when Kansas has figured it out at the right time. So I got Kansas winning this thing, and you got Villanova. I don't know what you was thinking, Agee.
No, I ain't. So, what you mean? I got Kansas. I just said Kansas and Duke.
No, you taking Villanova. I'm giving you Villanova.
No, you can't just. I don't want Villanova. What do you mean? I told you. I just said I'm tired of seeing them. Like, what are you talking about?
I want you to take Villanova.
No, can't take Villanova, bro.
Fine.
And they got you talking about their best player out. I'm telling you, somebody gonna step in because I ain't got time to be watching no damn blowout, man. I'll turn that shit off.
Get ready for a blowout. You gonna be turning that one off?
No, man, there ain't better not be no blowout. I know that Duke and that North Carolina game ain't gonna be no blowout. Well, and that big boy ain't gonna get no damn double neither.
Yeah, here we go. Championship game, man. I got North Carolina and Kansas playing in the final. I think it's gonna be one for the ages. And I actually hate to say this, man, but I think Carolina will win it if they get to the championship game. You got Duke going against Kansas. Who you got winning
Kansas ass. Whooping that ass. Riding all up in the damn sunset.
Of course. Well, I'm going to put it to you like this, man. I ain't against Duke winning it. I want people to think that I'm a Blue Devil hater. I don't hate the Blue. I don't like the Blue Devils. I don't hate them, but I don't like them. But
I don't like them neither.
Well, then why are you pulling for them?
Because they Duke. they like basketball gods, dude. Like, what do you mean? Like, they Duke. They bring all the smoke. Can you imagine that how much blue is going to be in that arena, bro? Either you didn't went to North Carolina or you went to Duke. That's what it's going to be in there.
Listen, man, I still hate Christian Laettner. Wasn't that like a T-shirt or something like that out there? I don't know.
I love that dude. I would love for him to go to any hood and play on and be like, what? It's like, Christian, just don't say the word up here. Just don't say that word and you good, dog.
I feel you, man. All right, well, listen. We want everybody to enjoy these weekend games. That wraps up the Hoop Dreams March Madness 2022 Final Four preview. We appreciate you joining us, and remember to make your pick with MyBookie and use promo code HoopDreams. When you sign up, join us for our next episode with NBA guard Mike Mulder, and check out recent episodes of Hoop Dreams, the podcast, on Apple, Spotify, Google, or wherever you get your podcasts, featuring UCLA quarterback Chase Griffin, actor and former NFL player Terry Crews, and Illinois basketball alumni and broadcaster Stephen Bardo.
That's right. Remember to subscribe and follow, like, and tag us on all platforms at OG Hoop Dreams. Thank you for listening and checking out our episode. Check out our next episode with pro ball player Mike Mulder coming at you this week.
And don't listen to nothing Agee said because he don't know what he's talking about.
Duke, Kansas. I can't wait till he call me and be like, Agee, guess what I'm watching? And be like, what? The championship game. Be like, who in it? Kansas versus Duke, man. Just same thing you said on our show, man. How the hell you was right, man?
You know, listen, everybody want that sentimental story. I don't feel nothing sentimental for Coach K. Yeah. He should have retired years ago. Yeah. He don't need no send-off.
Look, you trying to kick him out the game already?
I'm the gold of my era. I've been a trending topic. I'm as fly as a feather. My pocket's macroscopic. See, with time I get better. I'm always in the action, kid. Know I got it locked from Chicago where the toughest live. Concrete jungle, earn my stripes on the pavement there. You make it here, then you can make it anywhere. No comparison. Your game is embarrassing. No one can touch me. I'm all for going there again. Yeah, I think I'm ballin' like I'm Will Gates. I'm hoop dreaming, trying to fight against a sealed fate. More faith, think I'm ballin' like I'm Martha Agee. I'm box office and one day they gon' have to pay me. Yeah, I think I'm ballin' like I'm Will Gates. I'm hoop dreaming, trying to fight against a sealed fate. More faith, think I'm ballin' like I'm Martha Agee. I'm box office and one day they gon' have to pay me.
Hoop Dreams the podcast, an Unlearning Network production. Written and produced by Arthur Agee, Will Gates, Matt Hoffar, with audio engineering from Matt Savage. For more episodes, check us out at www.unlearningnetwork.com.
Gotta be a dog to survive in this cold weather. Ice in my veins, no need for a warm sweater. I'm coming for it all, best believe I won't let up, yeah. Hey, I think I'm ballin' like I'm Will Gates. I'm hoop dreaming, trying to fight against a sealed fate. More faith, think I'm ballin' like I'm Martha Agee. I'm box office and one day they gon' have to pay me. Yeah, I think I'm ballin' like I'm Will Gates. I'm hoop dreaming, trying to fight against a sealed fate. More faith, think I'm ballin' like I'm Martha Agee. I'm box office and one day they gon' have to pay me.